In 1992, in Shreves, West Virginia, three young divinity students drinking a bit heavily after graduation from their master's program got involved in a car accident on a remote country road. Their car struck a young boy and shattered both his legs, and he was almost killed. The students were ordered by their scholastic advisor and elder to spend 1 week fasting and praying in isolation as atonement for the accident. The advisor's family owned a tiny cabin in the Appalachian Mountains to which the students would hike together and seclude themselves totally, meditating on the near tragedy all the while. The students hiked 14 miles to the cabin, carrying 2 gallons of water between them and nothing else. 2 days into their period of atonement, one of the young men went into his squalid, unfurnished room and would not come out, would not answer when the others banged on the door and asked him what was wrong. 2 days went by, and from inside his room there came only an eerie silence. The young man had a history of alcoholism and abuse in his family, and had twice committed himself as an undergraduate to a mental health facility in his hometown. The others finally broke the door down, for fear the young man may have committed suicide, but he was not inside the room at all. In his place was a middle-aged woman, a haggard, pale creature with dirty black hair, who only lay motionless in bed. Her filthy white dress was of a time period long since extinct. They begged her to speak to them, and with a great deal of effort she finally did. Her words were slurred, as if she were drugged or had woken up after some sort of coma. She wanted no food, no water, only to sleep and be left alone. She said her name was Joanna Tamner, and she was from a town in Massachusetts called Angier's Corner. She did not know how she had come to be there. The last thing she truly remembered was being freed from a prison cell where she had been sent for killing her baby. After that, she recalled only flashes of imagery from a long, dark hallway in which she had passed a man who seemed to match the missing divinity student's description. Most of her answers were maddeningly vague. Frightened, the students left the cabin and hiked back to the city. Their elder met them with a car to take them to the police. But when they told him their story, he stopped the car and told them, strangely, that he wanted to see the woman before they filed a missing persons report. They all hiked 14 grueling miles back to the cabin. The priest talked to the mysterious woman alone. Based on what he heard over the course of a frustrating 6-hour exchange with her, he contacted an old friend of his, who in turn put him in touch with a reclusive priest living in Manitoba. This priest had been defrocked many years before in a small scandal over his ties with a bizarre religious group called the Messengers of the Path. He had been hiding from the police since 1975. Working with the 2 divinity students and their elder, this Canadian priest, Blutaire by name, attempted to trace the woman's identity while she lay weakly in that room. Her physical description and strange ramblings convinced them that she matched the identity of a child murderess who had been executed in 1884. The town of Angier's Corner had changed its name more than 100 years before. Blutaire believed that the divinity student had in fact killed himself, and that this woman had taken possession of his soul to live again, while the student remained